Today, we're venturing into a controversial topic: the 10 most notorious activities attributed to the United States Agency for International Development, or USAID, in Africa.
USAID, run by radical lunatics, and we're getting them out.
This exploration isn't just about listing actions, but understanding the intricate web of intentions, impacts, and perceptions that have shaped our countries. Let's embark on this journey with an open mind, recognizing that history is often a tapestry of motives and outcomes. First, let's set the stage. USAID, established to promote global development, has been a beacon of hope for many, providing aid in health, agriculture, and governance. However, beneath this veneer of benevolence, there's a narrative of geopolitical strategy where aid might serve as a soft power tool. Our focus today will be on instances where USAID's actions have stirred controversy, leading to allegations of undermining African sovereignty, influencing political landscapes, or even cultural impositions. Remember, these are often based on perceptions, but they resonate deeply within our communities. Let's start in Sudan, where the 2019 revolution saw U.S. aid funding flow into opposition groups and civil society organizations. Critics argue this wasn't just support for democracy, but a calculated move to orchestrate a change in regime favorable to U.S. interests. The aftermath? A country still battling economic turmoil and political instability, with accusations that U.S. aid's involvement might have prolonged the power struggle rather than genuinely aiding transition to democratic governance. Moving to Ethiopia, a country that has seen a significant influx of U.S. aid funds, particularly during the Tigray conflict. There's a narrative here that U.S. aid was not just aiding, but also shaping narratives through media support, potentially exacerbating ethnic tensions. The impact? A war that has left scars on the national unity, with many questioning whether foreign aid played a role in fueling or sustaining the conflict, rather than resolving it. In the DRC, U.S. aid's involvement in electoral processes has come under scrutiny. There are accusations that USAID might have favored certain political factions, influencing election outcomes. This perceived meddling has led to a deep-seated mistrust in the electoral system, with long-term implications for political stability and the legitimacy of elected governments. In Africa's giant, Nigeria, U.S. aid's involvement has stirred controversy, particularly around elections where it's been accused of backing opposition parties, casting shadows of doubt over democratic processes.
The level of interference by the Obama's government was very overwhelming. It's not as if I couldn't have won the election even with that.
But there's a more sinister narrative whispered in political and academic circles that U.S. aid might have indirectly supported or at least turned a blind eye to groups like Boko Haram, possibly as part of broader geopolitical strategies in the oil-rich Niger Delta. This perception, whether substantiated or not, has fueled conspiracy theories about foreign manipulation, contributing to a polarized political landscape where aid is seen not as development, but as a tool for destabilization, impacting Nigeria's fight against terrorism and eroding trust in both local governance and international aid. In Uganda, U.S. aid's health programs, particularly those around HIV/AIDS, have sparked debates on cultural imposition. Critics argue that under the guise of health aid, there's an agenda to push Western cultural norms, clashing with local values. This has not only affected the reception of health initiatives, but has also stirred national debates on sovereignty, culture, and the right to self-determination in health policy.
What is your message to Western human rights groups, to President Obama, to lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people?
Respect African societies and their values. If you don't agree, you just keep quiet. Just manage our society the way we see. If we are wrong, we shall find out by ourselves. Just the way we don't interfere with yours.
Do you personally dislike homosexuals?
Of course, they are disgusting. What sort of people are they? How can you go?
Kenya's narrative involves U.S. aid's influence in education and politics. There are concerns over curriculum changes seen as cultural imperialism and political funding that might sway elections. The impact here is twofold: a questioning of national identity through education, and a political landscape where foreign aid is seen as a double-edged sword, potentially undermining local governance.
Will not get away with their despicable and beastly acts.
Ghana's experience with U.S. aid has been marked by economic aid programs that some argue have stifled local entrepreneurship. Flooding markets with free goods, like mosquito nets, U.S. aid has been accused of creating dependency and disrupting local economies. This has led to a broader discussion on the sustainability of aid and its true impact on local development. Somalia, perpetually in need, has received much from U.S. aid, but there's a dark side to this aid story. Accusations of funding warlords or elements that keep the country destabilized for strategic U.S. interests have emerged. The impact? A nation where external aid has become part of the conflict equation, complicating peace and governance efforts. South Africa's history with U.S. aid is complex. During apartheid, U.S. aid was publicly against the regime, but allegedly involved in covert operations to steer the liberation movement. Post-apartheid, there's a narrative that U.S. aid pushed for economic policies aligning with U.S. interests, leading to debates on neocolonialism and the true nature of economic freedom. Finally, Burkina Faso, where U.S. aid's support for civil society during political changes has led to accusations of backing movements against specific leaders. This perceived interference has implications for national stability, with political transitions often viewed through the lens of foreign influence, eroding trust in both local and international actors. This journey through these 10 narratives isn't just about pointing fingers, but understanding the complex interplay of aid, politics, and culture in Africa. These stories reflect the broader discourse on foreign aid, how it's perceived, its actual impact, and the questions it raises about sovereignty, development, and cultural identity. As Africans, we must critically analyze both the aid we receive and the narrative surrounding it to chart our path forward. If this video has sparked your interest, or if you have your own stories or perspectives to share, please engage with us in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more from Historic Africans. Together, we keep the conversation alive, honoring our past to shape our future. Until next time, peace and love to the motherland. Check out our playlist on African political histories, subscribe for more insightful content, and let's continue to learn and grow together. Remember, our history is our strength. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video where we'll continue to explore the untold stories of the world.